Welcome everybody to AWS reInvent 2023, where we're covering the latest updates and news coming from this great event in technology and innovation. I'm Ryan Orsi. I'm in the AWS Partner Network, running a team called Cloud Foundational Services, and I'm joined by a special guest, Prashant from Datadog.
Hey Ryan, good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well. Prashant, I think great to start off is maybe your role at Datadog and some of the things that you've been working on would be a great way to kick things off.
Sure, so my name is Prashant Prahlad. I'm VP of Products at Datadog for Cloud Security. Cloud security for us is everything involved in securing your application from code all the way to production. And that we have several announcements here at reInvent today.
Fantastic. Well, everyone is into announcements. Everything is moving so quickly. Especially security, observability. I love how Datadog is starting to kind of expand the solution because these things are very interrelated, right? We're talking about monitoring an application or an environment for certain sorts of metrics and traces and events and logs. Speaking of security, I know that identity and access management, actually personally to me, I'm a kind of a security nerd from long ago. Identity and access management is sort of where everything starts. When we talk about security, it's who has access to what, and when was that accessed, and is that supposed to be accessible? So along those lines, identity access management, I think you have some news to share with the folks.
Yeah. Every year we actually do a state of cloud security report looking at how our customers are using AWS and other clouds. And what we found was customers like the fine-grained granularity that IAM gives you with giving access to specific areas.
Right.
What was interesting was they often misconfigure it because they're trying to get something done quickly. So that bothered us a little bit. And what we did at reInvent today, we announced was the ability for customers to go identify their identity and access management policies and see which ones are being used and use the principle of least privilege. We call this product KIM, and that's the big announcement we have today. It's called Datadog KIM.
All within the same Datadog platform that everyone's already familiar with.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we've noticed is when a developer is trying to make a change really quickly, they really are trying to get their job done. And they are the ones who actually control the access policies in many occasions. So giving them the ability to know that they're over permission actually helps fix those issues much more quickly than if it's like siloed into a different security team.
And I've heard the word quickly a couple of times. That's the nature of this world, right? We're all producing products. We all have customers. They have customers. The expectation is for everything to be always on, always available, and more or less instant gratification to that end-to-end customer. So these developers that you speak of, right? They are indeed under some pressure, but I think I love this kind of innovation that Datadog is doing to take some of that pressure off of those developers. Those are very talented, scarce resources. Not everyone is a cybersecurity expert or an identity and access management expert, and not everyone follows the rules of least privilege access, but putting the proper tool sets in front of the developers that they're already using, such as Datadog's platform, I think is a great way to approach that. Now, in terms of, I'd love to give people kind of an idea of what's unique, right? So I know we've been closely partnered together, AWS and Datadog for quite some time in the partner network, releasing lots of great co-innovation together. In this particular case, what was the unique way you were able to solve these challenges?
Yeah, I mean, first off, we partnered with the identity and access management team at AWS. So we integrated with the IAM Access Analyzer product. And we get insights from IAM Access Analyzer and the KIM product that we built to actually help customers understand what their identity risks are. But as you can tell, there's a lot of these identity risks. When a customer uses Datadog, we have insights into their operations. We know which services are running, which ones are running in production, who to page when things go wrong. It's all part of the platform you spoke of. And we also have ticketing solutions that allow customers to take that information and essentially operationalize it, right? Like put it in context into an incident ticket so that the person actually fixing it knows everything they need to know when they're fixing those issues. So we married the integration we had with Datadog KIM and Access Analyzer with the rest of Datadog's security and operations platform to say that, hey, this identity risk is important. It's on a production system. And here's something you need to take a look at right now. So all of these insights that we already have, because Datadog, fortunately has all the data coming in from the operations side, we actually use those insights and give the user a prioritized list of fixable things to do. It's called the security inbox. So the
The security inbox.
security inbox.
I love that term, by the way. Congratulations on the naming.
Yeah, thank you. Naming is not one of my forte, but in some sense, it is a to-do list for developers and DevOps people to know what do I need to fix next, and we help prioritize those insights from all these different sources into like a single actionable list, and we just don't stop there, right? We want people to take those insights and actually fix the issue. So that's where things like our integrations with workflows, with Jira, ServiceNow, and ticketing systems like that come into play, where you not just have these insights that you know what and you know how to actually fix it and actually improve your security posture. We call that operationalizing security.
It's ironic. I use the same terminology with my team at AWS for Cloud Foundations. Our security team often talks about operationalizing security. In our world, it's kind of a combination of people, tools, and processes. And I love the ending part of your explanation there, Prashant, of the integration with the service ticketing system, ServiceNow, Jira. And I love the concept of taking context, which normally gets lost, right? I think that's also very unique to the Datadog KIM solution here, is that the context of the event which you're properly identifying as this is urgent, it's in production, it's affecting something that's really going to affect the business results that the business depends on. Keeping that context all the way through the workflow can sometimes get lost, and I really commend you all for keeping that through the procedure.
Yeah, that's essentially how Datadog got its start, right? As a company, there was no DevOps in 2011 when the company got a start, right? There were developers, there were operators, SREs, we used to call them. And in some sense, the company's motto is breaking down silos. It's a little cliched, but we've actually been doing that with dev and ops. We actually get them to see the same thing. Our CI/CD products and developer products are integrated with our operations products. And I'd argue now it's a common industry term to have DevOps as part of like what you do, and those practices are normal. We see an opportunity for security to be part of this. So, I have heard from CISOs so often when they have a security issue, they then go to the developer who has their hands on Datadog and they say, get me to the details of the actual issue so I understand exactly what's impacted. A CISO shouldn't have to do that, right?
To that level of detail.
Yeah,
right.
It should be something the developer already is aware of. So enabling DevOps people to do security, or DevSecOps as we call it now, that's our next mission. And Datadog KIM, the security inbox. We also announced the GA for vulnerability management just yesterday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And these are all coming together into our cloud security management product. We're super excited for customers to start using it.
I'd love to know a little bit more about the vulnerability product. So, shifting left and getting security. Security is everyone's job. Whether you're writing the code or locking the doors at night of the office building, it is everyone's job. And building that culture of security where it feels like you can take accountability and it's a positive reinforcement for developers, product managers, marketing, everybody in the organization. I think vulnerability, if I go back to that, right, vulnerability management, something pretty unique that it's being included inside your own products. I love the fact that your tool set is in front of the folks that are writing the code, and secure best practice code and code pattern, design patterns equals more secure applications, equals less chances of something unexpected occurring after that goes into production. So tell us a little bit more about the vulnerability management.
Yeah. So vulnerability is really split into two sections. One is on the infrastructure and cloud security side, which is, I know my container images have vulnerabilities because these are a package that a developer took from some open source library. My operating system hasn't been patched, so there's some vulnerabilities there. And that's sort of somewhat standard vulnerabilities. But where we add sort of interesting insights in there is, again, we know which ones of these resources are running production systems. We know which ones have been tampered with recently, which ones are running production customer traffic, PII information, for example, with the tagging information. So we're able to help prioritize which ones to fix. And then we group these vulnerabilities not by what we find, but what can be fixed. So if a developer sees it, they know that if I fix this one thing, it can take down 50,000 vulnerabilities in my infrastructure.
So not what can be found precisely, but what can be fixed without
exactly.
negatively impacting the business.
Yes, exactly. So grouping it by a way that developers know what to do next is kind of where we add value there on the cloud infrastructure vulnerability side. On the application vulnerability side, if you're writing code in different languages, we're able to detect vulnerabilities in production for those applications through the tracing that we do with our application performance management product. And this has existed now for a good 3 months. And what we're doing now is detecting those issues while the developer is writing code.
So from what you're able to see on the fully compiled application side of vulnerabilities, potential to exploitation, you're able to map that to corresponding coding design patterns that are insecure at the code level.
And the line of code that you would need to change to fix that. So I mean, this is, again, for a customer, when they try to use this, they don't really have to put in the effort. Like, this is possible today, but the amount of effort you need to do to get that is pretty high. And if you're using Datadog's application performance management product, for example, which does tracing through the application, we use those traces to actually help you determine this without the developer having to put in an extra effort. So in some sense, we're putting to use all the data that you've done to set up Datadog to actually get more value on the security side this way.
I often talk about getting data off the bench and on the field, into the game. This is a great example of how Datadog is doing it. And by doing so, by allowing companies to get more value of what they're already monitoring and logging and storing, I think it's a great value add for companies. I mean, if I kind of zoom back out to, say, the line of business leaders that are mutual customers that are leveraging your platform, with these new announcements of vulnerability management and KIM and the integration with IAM Access Analyzer, and Datadog kind of expanding more and more into application monitoring, observability, now security and identity, what is the ultimate kind of top-level business value that, say, a line of business owner or an executive at an organization would kind of see about your platform?
Yeah, I mean, in some sense, this is like directly attacking tool sprawl issues that our top-line business owners have. Like, there are specialized tools you can purchase for specific needs, but then a lot of what we've seen our customers do is invest more resources in trying to piece information from these different tools together themselves, and then trying to derive insights on what we need to do. With Datadog, the platform approach that we had right from the beginning, it took us a while to get our platform accepted by our customers. And with the platform that we have, you can not just do security, you're not just can do ops, but you can also have developer tools in there. And that's a single pane of glass, if I can use that term, to help top-of-line business leaders to get all their needs answered with one product, one platform, if you will.
It is a lot about simplification, right? We talk a lot about tool set consolidation, the tools that people invest in over time, and it seems like that time window shortens and shortens every single year. The tool sets often expand in their capabilities, and there could be a very good reason for someone to reevaluate their tool sets and optimize cost or optimize the efficient use of the tools, or having engineers train on one tool versus a dozen. There's some efficiencies in how quickly the business can innovate. And I really commend you, Prashant, and your team for these recent innovations at Datadog.
Thank you. We're excited about it. The fact that our customers can deploy security, developer tools, and operation tools with a single agent fairly quickly without any effort, and use our platform to remediate things is kind of our mission, right? That keeps us motivated, and we're only getting started.
Well, speaking of getting started, for those that aren't using the Datadog platform, how do they get started?
Yeah, so go to datadoghq.com. We have our KIM product launched there. We have our new security inbox product. We also have the vulnerability management product and the integration with Access Analyzer all there.
Fantastic. Anything else folks should know before we wrap up?
No, this has been great.
Well, great. It's been great speaking with you, Prashant. Thanks for joining us. And folks, stay tuned. We have more exciting news coming from AWS reInvent 2023.